full of droppings this morning, which is not a good thing. We have to secure this chain in place with this. It's another reason I'm going to be very thankful once we get the calves moved. Now, morning routine usually doesn't take too long. Everybody kind of has their own personalities. Luna's back there hitting the mineral block hard, which is nothing new. I'll have to clean that out before I use it this evening. There's Miss Kimmy, Saffron, and everyone else waiting for me to come around. Good morning, Miss Kimmy. Good morning, sweet girl. Oh, I know. Okay, here. They don't like the leash. They know what that means. They really, really do. And if Miss Yin will go back in there, we will actually go in and put her back in her stall. I really do not want her out today. Not with her stringing the way she is. And you can see how some of the other goats, like Kimmy there, is just paying attention to her back end. That's usually also another indicator that we're soon going to have babies. So let's go up here. Yep, she went right past her. So we're going to go right up here. I'm going to grab her stall door. Let her grab a little bit of mineral block. So that way she gets some. We may bring a block out for her here shortly. A separate partial block. No, Kimmy. Price of doing stuff with one hand. We keep minerals out for them at all times just because it's safer. And we've got Yin in. She's making her displeasure known. So now she's locked up for the day. And we'll be coming out here and checking on her quite intermittently, especially with her doing what she's doing. I was kind of hoping to have had babies a week or so ago, but she's as stubborn as her mother. Now, let's get this door secured back with a good old-fashioned basic concrete block to keep it from swinging in the wind, because the winds do get rather high up here. Now let's go up and let everybody else out now that we've got Yin back in her stall. Oh, and there's little Mikey. He is right there by the hay feeder. He was probably still sleeping this morning in this beautiful sunlight. It's nice and makes everything feel nice and warm. Even though it's rather chilly this morning. It's in the 40s here. Now, our first thing to do is to remove the tie back so that we can start to pull this gate shut. Now, I'm going to set you guys down so that you can see me closing this gate up. Because Miko is still chasing the goats. He's great with the chickens and with the calves, but he wants to play with the goats. They're not happy about this. So, until we get the calves moved, during the day, Miko and Helios spend time in this area, which it's not a small area. They'll have that full stall. They have this whole area, and they kind of just keep an eye on things, which is not a bad thing. Now, our final lock to open for this morning is to the chicken house. But it'll take me a second because opening these locks one-handed does not always work. There we go. And we'll hang the lock up. Now, we're going to open this up And it's extremely dark in here, which is not a bad thing. But we've got to get a hold of the feed pans for this house, because we can't let the goats have the seed. It's not good for them. But since we have everybody in here still, and we can actually show you who's who. Well, no, not really. We'll have to do that later. We'll pull this, and as you can hear, door has slid open, and everybody's starting to head out. Oh, the lock is in my way, so we're just going to drop it so we can get this door up and secured. And here's one of our new girls right here. As you can see, she's still getting her tail feathers, and there's the other one. This is Jamie and Sarah. And believe it or not, our 3 babies are back over here in the corner. Oh, there's one of our little lavenders. They're still kind of finding their place in the flock. There they go. Nakoma, out. Out. She likes to go into the chicken house and lay down and stretch out and relax, which is not a bad thing. Now we're going to turn this light back on so we can go in here and get Mr. Frick and Frack out this morning. Good morning, boys. All right. 1 and 2. And we've got to push the door because the ground has... Nope, we got a piece of wood in the way. Do not know where that came from, but... And then again, very basic tie back. Goes like this, and this hooks through here. This is an old carabiner that actually was no longer working correctly. Good morning, Frick. Coming up to get loves from Mom. Oh, and there's one of our little lavenders come out this morning. Good morning, Frick. Yes, I know, you're headbutting me. But these 2 are getting so big that we're going to have to get them moved, because they're boys. They want to wrestle, they want to play, and right there. And if they were to do that to me or to one of the goats, they could seriously hurt them. So once we get them moved out there to the bigger pasture, I'll be a little more comfortable. I'm not afraid of the boys. I respect them, because even right now, they outweigh me by at least a couple 100 pounds. And I may not be a big girl, but I'm not a lightweight. And now, before we let the boys out, we've got to get Kimmy's water container and get her some fresh water. So that means going back in the barn. All right. So while we're in here, we're going to come in here and turn on the light. And we're going to set that down in the sink. Walk over here and turn our water on. And just kind of give you a look at the milk room now. Oh, already full. I've got a new fire extinguisher to mount, because I did not like not having a fire extinguisher out here, because you never know what's going to happen. We recently had a neighbor whose barn burnt down because of some wet hay, and with us getting ready to hay again, we will also be mounting a fire extinguisher over in that area. But this one is for in here in our milk room, just for that, just in case. And since we have a wood stove right here, just in case is never a bad thing. Now, if you have not noticed yet, when I go through a door, it gets closed behind me. And that is because even chickens will wander and see what they can get into. Right now, they're all out in the pastures, stretching their legs, getting the morning bugs. Boys are out here hitting the mineral blocks and the salt blocks. Aang, for some reason, is eating the grass on the other side of the board. I guess the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. That is a broken board she's by that we have not yet had a chance to cut off because we're going to be redoing all of this fencing along through here because it's original fencing and it's not in the greatest of shape. It needs some repair work done. But in doing that, we're probably also going to end up taking down at least one tree. And more than likely it'll be that one right there, because it actually hangs up over the barn, and while the winds would normally carry it away, you can see right here we have a limb that's broken off, and we've got another limb right there that's broken off and laying down, and those coming down on the barn can actually be, even the little ones can be a safety hazard. The goats are not real big about being out of a wet morning around here, which is fine with me. It helps keep us from having issues. The boys are still playing with stuff. Of course, Frack is checking out the wheelbarrow because it was running yesterday. And Frick's still doing his thing. Good morning, Frick. Good morning, buddy. Yes, I know. Bottle babies always tend to be a lot more friendlier, and he is a friendly boy. And he loves to get scratches. Alright, let's take Amy's water into her so we can get Miko and Nakoma out, and that will get our day completely started. Amy has fresh water. Yes, hello, Miss Ma'am. She's doing quite well. She's growing like a weed. We're actually really impressed, but we still have to wait and see what the vet says. So, while I finish getting the boys out and then get ready to start my day, I hope everyone has a blessed day. Enjoy the sunshine, be safe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.